what's up, peeps? See if anybody shows up. Been doing some fasting updates in my shorts videos, but figured we'll try to go live today, see what happens. We got one in the chat. Hey, Zapton. What's happening, guys? Tapatios, let's see you in here too, brother. I've been doing a little fast. Well, probably a big fast to most people. It's been, let's see, less than 2 hours. It'll be 48 hours on this fast. So it's been tough. I just wanted to do an update on the fast and just kind of share my experience. I've been doing some shorts videos, so if you guys haven't seen those, you might want to catch those for the last couple days. I'm almost home here, guys. Just wanted to get the live up and going so we can get parked here first, and I can read the chat a little more. Might give you guys a chance to get in the chat. So figured I'd start the chat before I pulled in the driveway here. But yeah, it's been tough. I've done 24-hour fast before, but I don't know. I think maybe psychologically, maybe it was just right at that 24 mark last night. It was tough. So what I did is I didn't break fast. I went from water and did a little what do you call it, bone stock, because I was hurting bad. It was tough. So I took, I don't know, maybe about a quarter of a cup of bone stock, which won't break your fast because there's no carbs in it at all whatsoever. But I did want to stick to water, but man, it was tough. I don't know if you guys have done this before. Let's check up on the chat here real quick. Chicano Crypto, what's up, brother? Diane Phoenix, how are you? Let's see here. Where you been? Well, I've been posting some shorts videos, Diane. Hopefully, old YouTube hasn't turned off your notifications. You know how that works. Nice to meet me in a chat. Yeah, nice to meet you too, brother. I catch your lives all the time. Tapatios does the cop watches down there in Phoenix. And my man Chicano Crypto, he's from down in Arizona, so you might want to check out his channel. His channel, man, he does some really cool cop watch stuff. But I just wanted to share this fasting with you guys. It's a 7-day water fast. You guys can check it out. Of course, do your own research. So I was going to give it a shot myself. They say it helps with blood pressure. And, if you guys have been keeping up with me for any amount of time, I struggle with blood pressure. So I've tried everything under the sun as far as, trying to take the magic pill and, diet. And the only thing that's honestly ever really did any good, well, two things actually: skim milk for some reason. At one time a few years ago, skim milk actually dropped my blood pressure, maybe 10 points on both sides. I'd say about that. I was drinking, I forget what I read, but it was, a couple cups of skim milk every day. And it had to be skim milk. And it did work for some reason. So if your blood pressure is just a little bit elevated, maybe try that. The carnivore diet is insanely, it helped just immensely. But I went full, hardcore carnivore diet. And no pepper on my meat or anything. I mean, when I went hardcore carnivore, no seasonings, no nothing, and that dropped my blood pressure like crazy. It really helped a lot, but after about a month of just eating meat, man, I was just sick of meat. So I fell off the wagon, as people say they're alcoholics, and just kind of went back to my old ways, I guess. But they say water fasting is something that heals the body. So I can't remember how to pronounce the word. Trying to remember how to spell the word. I know it's AUTO, like auto, a thuppy or something. I don't know. Somebody probably knows the word. If you know the word I'm talking about, put it in the chat. But it basically heals your cells within your gut. New cells start growing in your gut and they start eating the old dead cells. So it does a lot of good, guys, if you guys can make it 7 days. Um, if you have never fasted before, I would start off small. Try to do 12 hours, wait a couple days and then maybe go to 18 hours and, then try 24, baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk. But, this 7 day monster is, woo, it's a killer, especially just on water. I was just getting sick of water, and I'm a water drinker. I like water. I drink quite a bit of water. Can I have some of that beard? Drink 2%. Yeah, 2% is, it's close. But if you have the blood pressure problems, Tapatios, try the skim work, man. It truly did help lower my blood pressure some. I really don't eat probably red meat, and you don't drink beer. Yep, there's the word. I knew somebody would know the word here. Zapton, yeah, so you guys research that word Zapton just put in the chat. And that's basically what it does. It's going to, rebuild your body in a lot of ways. And, when you think back about, 1,000 years ago or whatever, our ancestors, they had it nowhere as good as we have it. They couldn't just go to the grocery store and get whatever they want, picking up Twinkies and Ho-Hos and garbage, all these processed foods that we eat, and, even dinner foods, in a box in the frozen section. You just nuke stuff in the microwave. All that stuff is garbage. We all know it. I eat pretty healthy all in all. I'm married and the wife is, excellent cook. She cooks very good meals pretty much daily. I mean, we'll do a frozen pizza from time to time, of course. You got a busy schedule and you're just coming home and you want something to eat, so you flop something in the oven and heat it up. But then, at the end of the day, it's garbage. And all these garbage meals just add up over time. And, I'm 50 years old, guys. So you get up in age and your body just can't take, what it used to. So, I've ran hard all my life. I'm a construction worker. We work hard and we play hard. So, it's catching up with me over the years. So, I'm trying this cleanse out. Hopefully, I have some luck. So I wanted to share how it is throughout this fast, how tough it's been. It's no joke. It's a mental game, 100%. Um, I would advise eating, a fatty food before you're going to fast. It's definitely going to help you. Bacon, eggs with butter was my last meal. See, when was my last meal? It was Sunday night at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. So I've had no solids whatsoever since Sunday. So, it's been tough. And right at the 24, I made it to 28 hours, I believe it was. And man, I was just jonesing for something. So I poured myself a little bone broth and nuked it in the microwave, heated it up a little bit, of course, and only had about a quarter cup, but man, it was just like the best soup a guy ever had. When you're starving, you eat anything, right? I like construction, but it's getting a little heavy now that I'm in my 40s. Yeah, well, it don't get any easier, brother. I can assure you of that. It gets tougher every day to roll out of bed at 4 a.m. and work these crazy hours that these contractors expect out of us. We got to be there usually at 6 o'clock, but I just got back from Washington and we were doing some 712s up there. It got straight stupid. So when you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, it was straight up insanity. I think it was there for, I think the first week I worked 6 hours and it fell on a holiday, which was kind of a bummer. Drive all the way up there, and then I kind of got shafted with a holiday. I can't remember which holiday it was, but I think it was a couple days off plus the weekend. But man, we made up for it after that. I had some couple few short checks. I think it was still 40 hours, but I was expecting overtime heading up there. But we went right into 710s and then it went to 711s and then we were doing 712s there for a few weeks and it was tough. Soups and stews are the best. I can't disagree with you, Tapatios. I think we're all different in a lot of ways. Um, you being Latino, being closer to the equator, for one. I think your genes are probably more comfortable with eating fruits and vegetables for that reason. So I think it's got a lot to do with our genetics, man. Because, fruits and vegetables, I could eat soup every day. I can tell you, I haven't done it, but I could eat soup every day, and the fruits and vegetables are not going to lower my blood pressure. And that's staying off of, salt, which is what the doctors tell us, which myself, I can tell you right now, it's bullshit. I'm just going to say it the way it is. I was told by a cardiologist to quit salt, which is total insanity. We need salt to survive. But fruits and vegetables have carbs, whether you want to face it or not, and carbs are sugar. The body converts carbs to sugar, and sugar is the reason for high blood pressure in this body. So, I can't speak for everyone, but if you're truly fighting blood pressure, lay off the sweets, lay off the carbs. Try carnivore for a few weeks. Do it for a couple weeks. I'll guarantee you're going to see huge improvements in blood pressure. And you want to increase your sodium. And I always tell the people, You want Redmond's Real Salt. You can get it on Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive than regular table salt, but it's way better than sea salt, Himalayan pink salt. It's better than everything. So if you're gonna, add salt to stuff, you may as well get the best, right? It's out of Utah. It's right here, sourced in the U.S. Best salt money can buy, hands down. Comes from a ancient ocean or something, so it doesn't have the plastic and shit that sea salts and stuff like that you buy today in the store, thinking that you're doing good. Pink Himalayan salt. Where does it come from? Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could Google that, but I'm pretty sure I looked into that. So, these guys are over there walking around in their bare feet in that salt, and, I don't know if you want to trust it, but I don't. Not when I can get some good salt right here in the U.S. And it's better salt anyway. So even if you trust it, it's not as good as Redmond's Real Salt. So, I was salting the hell out of my meat before I threw it on the barbecue. And that's why I know for my body, salt does not affect my blood pressure. Because I wasn't using pepper. I wasn't using, your standard meat seasonings and things like that. I went hardcore carnivore. And I want to say I was about two weeks or so in, and my blood pressure dropped like 50 points, guys, on both ends. So that's something to be said for carbs and sugar. So if your doctor's telling you salt is the problem, and you cut back on the salt, and you're still struggling, and they just keep adding more medications, every few years, well, your blood pressure's going up more and more. Trust me, I've been through it. The only success I've ever had with lowering blood pressure is quitting carbs and quitting sugar. So for you Tapatios, you're going to have to cut back on them tortillas, brother. I know they are good. Even a breakfast tortilla, man, I love it. Scramble up some eggs and throw some bacon and sausage in there, some cheese, wrap it up in a tortilla. Man, don't get no better. But, it all comes down to carbs. So, on a carnivore diet, if you guys really want some good advice, I follow a doctor who is still practicing today in the state of Tennessee. His name is Dr. Kenneth Berry, and the guy's awesome. He's been preaching the carnivore diet for, I've probably been following him for a good 3-4 years, I'm sure. So he's, way ahead of his time. And, his channel was out long before then, I'm sure. The carnivore diet is starting to gain some popularity here lately. But, it's the old Atkins diet, if you're old enough to remember that. But, fat, it doesn't put fat on you guys. You could eat butter. You could eat bacon. You could eat, bologna if your budget won't, allow you to purchase bacon and steak and pork chops and things like that. Fatty meats are going to, make you lose weight, and they're going to lower your blood pressure. It is going to raise your cholesterol, but, all those other numbers in there. And Dr. Kenneth Berry will explain that stuff to you if you check him out. I'm no doctor, but your A1C, which is your diabetes, that's all going to be in check. So it kind of offsets your total cholesterol number. That's what we'll raise. But you're going to be a lot healthier staying off the damn sugar. Sugar's nothing but poison. You love fruits and vegetables. Yeah. I'm not huge on them. And mainly because I can't have them. But yeah, I'm not opposed to sitting down and having an apple or an orange. Bananas, they got to be perfect ripeness, of course. And in the grocery stores, they always pick them way early. So you got to wait on them to ripen. And then they're, 2 days for them to ripen. And then 2 days later, they're, starting to rot. I think it's the crap that they spray on them to probably even get them in the U.S. Sasquatch, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while, but I haven't done a live in a while as well. I've been posting some shorts. I'm doing a fasting. Haven't eaten anything since Sunday at 4 p.m. So I'm coming up on my 48-hour mark. So I'm just kind of sharing my experience with it. And it's been tough. It's like I was just telling these guys, it's a mental game, man. It's a total mental game. But water definitely helps. If you're going to go days, you want to keep your electrolytes up. I have been taking B vitamins, D3, which is what I always tell everybody to take. It's going to keep you healthy from this Rona. Calcium, it's electrolyte. Salt, sodium, of course. Magnesium is another big one. So, if you got the money, buy the Smart Water. Smart Water has electrolytes in it. So you could go that route as well if you're going to do a water fast. Buy the Smart Water. I picked up a couple of them last night. And, us guys have the advantage of seeing our urine in the toilet a little more than the ladies. But, I drank down a bottle of that stuff. I think it was a liter, maybe a liter and a half, the tall bottles. I think they come in both sizes. But I downed a bottle of that stuff and went there and in the toilet, and the bubbles in the toilet were just jumping around. It's all the magnesium in there. So, definitely has what it has on the bottle, obviously. The magnesium is in there for sure because I've seen that happen before with taking magnesium supplements. So you want to keep your, electrolytes up for sure. And you guys know I always brag on the Redmond's real salt. Best salt that you can buy in the U.S. Totally worth it. Even has iodine in it. So, I tell people it's an old electrician trick because we work in the, I probably shouldn't even say it, but the NUKEs, the power plants. So, crazy times we're going through. And, if something like that was to happen, iodine is going to be your best means for survival. So Redmond's real salt's going to do that for you. It's going to, at least have some in your body. When they had that spill over there in Japan, those it didn't even really affect them very much because they live off of seafood. So in the sea, if you're eating seafood every day, like most of those guys do over there, they've got extremely high levels of iodine in their diet. So definitely will help in a war situation. Let's see what we got in the chat here. I've been living in truck 11 weeks. 11 weeks now, huh? Are you down south, Sasquatch? I hope you're warm, brother. Sasquatch fasts. Running on empty. Eat once a day. Yeah. Well, eating once a day is actually healthy. I try to do that quite frequently myself. I've been slipping a lot lately with the holidays, how that is. But yeah, I've actually put on about 10 pounds through the holidays. And after I started fasting, let's see, I think the first night I jumped in a sauna So I did a little sweat session for about an hour or so. And with cutting off my meals at 4 p.m., the next day I woke up and I'd lost 4 pounds. So that helped with the 10 pounds that I put on with the holidays, which I had dropped a couple few more pounds off since. So I usually I fight 200. But if I'm doing good, I fight 190. So 190 was gone after the holidays. I was fighting the 200 again. Excuse me. So I got back down to heavy one or light 190s. It was 192, 193 or something. I think right in there when I started the fast, right before I started, I should say. And I dropped 4 pounds by getting in the sauna and cutting off my meals early that evening because I'm actually an evening eater, which is not good at all. Our melatonin goes up, and insulin has effect off to the melatonin and all that after the sun goes down. It's just something naturally that our bodies do. So you're better to eat before the sun goes down if you're trying to lose weight as well. Another little trick of the trade, a little secret. So I'm totally guilty of that. I won't eat all day sometimes, and then in the evening I just eat and eat and eat, and get to watching YouTube clips and catching up on that stuff, and I'll pop some popcorn, and that's usually when I get a big salt intake is through my popcorn too. I'll load up on the Redmond's real salt, so I use that to get my salt intake. So I'm just guilty on eating in the evenings. So I cut off at 4 p.m. before dark, and the next day I dropped 4 pounds just like that. The next morning, I think, what was it? Trying to think how many mornings it's been now, because this morning it was only about 1 pound. So it was kind of some water weight. I sweated things out in the sauna. So did 4 pounds one day and then 1 pound the following day. So yeah, I think it's only been 2 days since I started. See, Sunday. Today is Tuesday, so it'd be Monday, Tuesday morning. So 2 days, yeah, because I'm coming up on 48 hours. So I lost a total of 5 pounds so far, fasting 2 days. 4 pounds the first day and 1 pound the following day. So last night was actually harder than tonight. I feel once again I'm getting into that evening hour where I normally eat. So I'm hoping this evening will be a little better. I did go get some organic coffee this morning. The first morning I didn't have any coffee. Um, I don't think that craved my hunger whatsoever. Um, the bone broth did help though last night for sure. That took the food craving away. I believe the salt, I put the Redmond's real salt in the water that I drink, and I do believe that helps curb the hunger pains. And another little trick of the trade, guys, is no salt. That's the stuff that they tell people to start having instead of salt, if they're having high blood pressure problems and heart disease and things like that. But I'm not really a big believer on the new salt. Like I said earlier, I've been down many roads. So tried that. It did no good. If anything, I think it raised my blood pressure. But what that is, guys, is it's potassium. And we need twice as much potassium as we do sodium. And they actually, the daily value of potassium, they actually raised the daily value of potassium a few years back. If I recall, I want to say it was 3,500 milligrams. Well, now, if you look it up, it's up to 4,700 milligrams a day. So many of us are not getting our daily value of potassium. And if you go purchase vitamins, supplements for potassium, they come in like 99 milligrams. So if you need 4,700 milligrams, I mean, come on, guys, you're going to have to take at 99. That's even going to be one additional pill. You'll have to take 48 vitamins to get, that much potassium in your system. So be extra careful with potassium because, your heart will get racing, and that's why it only comes in 99 milligrams. But we still got audio. There we go. The brand name stuff. But I want to say it's 540 milligrams to a quarter teaspoon. So, real easy way to up your potassium. I would not take the, I think it's what I say, 40, I think it's 4,700 milligrams. Wouldn't take that dose all at once, guys, for sure. But to add a little, quarter teaspoon and some sodium, you need twice as much sodium as the potassium. But it's definitely twice as much potassium as, or sodium. See, I might even have that backwards. Shooting from the hip, it's twice the sodium, I want to say. Damn it, I can't remember. Brain fart. But it's 2 to 1 pretty much is what it is. So, moral to the story anyway, like I was saying, it's just difficult to find, your potassium needs. So check out the No Salt. It's, an awesome thing that will allow you to do that. Oh, let's see here. Catch up on our live. There we go. Sitting in the drive, trying to hook up to Wi-Fi. That's why I got closer to the house, got out the truck. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys are having some issues, try fasting. From all my research, I mean, it's just about, if you're Catholic, you're Christian, you're, there's, 100 different religions, but, it's pretty much in every religion there is. Fasting has happened throughout, the history of human beings. So, it's my first time doing a longevity fast, is what they call, a 7-day fast. People do 3-day fast, things like that. You can check it out on YouTube and get some more information on it than I can give you for sure. 6 foot 180, 28-inch waist. Now, you shouldn't have many heart problems at all, brother, or health problems. I think I said heart problems. 28-inch waist, 6 foot tall, 180. That's about perfect. I'm shorter than you and heavier. Actually, I was happy to get into some 32-inch jeans this morning. First grandkid due in February. Oh, that's awesome, Sasquatch. I don't have any, and I don't think my son's going to give me any. The ideal ratio of sodium to potassium intake is roughly 1 to 3. No, it's about 2 to 1, brother. It's because they've changed the daily value of potassium. Look it up. You're still going by the old chart. It's 2 to 1. Unless you're going off of, your personal smarts, but I'm going by, the daily value that they recommend. But we can't trust that either, in all honesty. How they came up with those numbers, what I read one time, was through mice. It wasn't even tested on human beings. So, usually all this BS they tell us to do is just, they test mice and, just convert it right over to us. It's just a few guys that they call professionals or experts, I guess is the word that they would use. And, they know more than we do. It's like my cardiologist telling me to quit salt. I can't even stay alive if I quit salt. What are you talking about? You got off the internet, Zapton. You're on the internet right now, brother. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Sasquatch. It's a definite mental game. A total mental game. Dean Stevenson. How you doing? First wrench. Have I don't know what you're saying there. Your potassium to ratio should be 4-1. Another internet opinion. So are you saying more potassium is the way I'm taking that, the way you wrote it there? 4 potassium and 1 sodium? Because when I increase potassium so far, because I've been playing with that no salt, because potassium is just readily available. I mean, a quarter teaspoon and you got 500 milligrams. My heart starts racing. I can tell. I mean, that stuff hits you like, 15 minutes later, bam. So I'm a little, I'm back, guys. My self walked around the other side of the house, which is the is. But I do sodium, good sodium though. Redmond's the only salt that I use, and it virtually has no effect negatively. Like when I went carnivore, I salted the hell out of my meat and just grilled it, and my blood pressure went down. So I'd have to do a little research, into looking on that as well. But that would be awesome if I could just up my potassium with the no salt, and my blood pressure would go down. But I'm not sure it's going to have that effect on me. But fasting, I was playing around with a little bit of that this morning. I put the salt and the potassium in my water. So I was playing around with that a little bit this morning, checking my blood pressure about a half an hour after I did so. So I'll try to increase the potassium a little more over the day, like I said, because I'm pretty sure it's 4,700 milligrams a day they're requiring now, is what the daily value is they're saying. So, all right, guys. Well, we've been on here for almost 45 minutes here now. So, just been doing some shorts videos, keeping you guys posted on my fasting. We're doing real good. I'm still staying in a fast, and I'm gonna try to make it 7 days. We haven't had any solids. Oh, I wanted to also say this morning I didn't do number 2. So, I think the stomach is empty because I've just had liquids for 2 days. Just water, a little bit of coffee with no sugar, no cream, and about a quarter cup of bone broth is all I've had in the last almost 48 hours now. So, I'm still holding strong, as you're saying there, Sasquatch, and I'll make it through the night for sure. I got enough willpower to make it through the night for sure. Definitely gonna make I want to make 4 days minimum. So I'm halfway there. Most people don't make it this long. So I feel pretty good about feel pretty good, proud of myself so far. But, it's tough. It is. It's a total mental game. So I'll, probably do another shorts video tomorrow. Just wanted to do a live this evening. And, you know, when you guys watch the shorts tomorrow, drop your experiences down in the comments and, share your knowledge. Let's all try to get healthy together. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.